friendly people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and welcome back to my Legend of Korra reviews or something or other. Today we're doing episode 2, A Leaf in the Wind. So let's get to that plot synopsis. Pretty much this episode focuses on pro-bending and learning how to airbend for Korra, starting her airbender training, and how she's not really clicking with the aspects. Air is the element of freedom. Korra knows all about freedom. She's stubborn, she's passionate, she's free. What should he struggle with? If you haven't seen Mr. Enter's review on this already, you know. If you've seen Mr. Enter's review on this already, you know what I'm going to say. Water, change. So we focus on her learning how to airbend, not really getting it, because it's all about avoid, evade, have fun, be free. One of the tactics is just put your hand on your opponent's back and just move with them and have them tire themselves out. Like Boomy said, typical airbender tactics, evade and avoid. That voice is probably horrible, but I don't care. Why Korra's charging in head-on like a fire or an earthbender. Like, she's got the offense down, right? But air's not offensive. It's the solely defensive form. Pretty much. I got a quick neck there. And then we also focus on pro-bending. What the fuck are the rules to pro-bending? Like in sports shows, they assume that you already know the sport, or the rules can be easily looked up. Or they'll maybe even explain it to you like they did with Quidditch and Harry Potter. But we're just not explained what pro-bending is or what the rules are. So I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea who they lose, and I have no idea how they win. Okay, so they lose if they all get knocked out of the ring, but you can't knock them off the side, and you can't go over lines. That causes penalties. Like, they had, let me count here. At least 1, 2, or maybe even 3 moments where they could have explained pro-bending and how it works and what the fucking rules are, but they didn't. That's all we kind of need to make pro-bending work. We need to know the rules. But we don't. But with the introduction of pro-bending and how she gets into that, we also meet Mako and Bolin. Mako's kind of a stick-in-the-mud kind of character. Where he's not very positive, he's kind of standoffish, he's kind of, I'm angsty and stuff. But not to the point where Cloud is. And Bolin's trying to be the Sokka. I say trying. But he's kind of failing at it. Like, he could be funny, but he's just not to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of the romantic subtext or something like that. He doesn't hit the right funny that Sokka does. Sokka's humor was more dry, quick-witted, and not often focused on and being smart and stuff like that, which really resonated with me. I thought it was rather funny. But Bolin doesn't seem to make me laugh. A matter of fact, the only part of this episode that made me laugh was Tenzin's oldest daughter when they were talking about Korra, and Tenzin was saying, please don't let your teenage years be like this. And she was reading her book going, I make no such promises. That was the only part that made me laugh. Because I was a teenager once. Heck, you could probably say I still am. Yeah. And yeah, we can be bitches. The world's against us. We have to fight the world, blah, blah, blah. One thing I didn't like about this episode was that Korra went through the motions of going through the one gate thing that she was going through. Like if she was She never went through the gate thing how she was intended. Maybe showing her, like, do that and then translate that to pro bending. Or she could say, like, be the leaf. And then she starts doing the air bending motions, but she doesn't. She just kind of doesn't. This is why people say that Korra's a Mary Sue in some cases. Where she doesn't have to try, or she doesn't have to put forth any effort, or fail. That's a Mary Sue. The rules of the world bend around them. While I will disagree with that it does seem Deus Ex Machina, where the solution is just, oh, there it is. Maybe she's a fight or flight kind of learner, where she can only really learn if she's in impending danger. So if I was Tenzin, I'd rev up a chainsaw and say, learn how to avoid! Tenzin talks to her how she only responds with force and she can only really break through her problems at this point. Not really work around them like an airbender would. And doing her method does work in some cases. There's a reason that she does the motions at the end. I would like to know how they won. I'd like to know the rules of that, but pro bending kinda sucks. I do like the... One little touch I would have liked is, we see at the end of the episode where they're repairing the one gate that she fucking destroys. And she said, no, I have to put that back together. I'm the one who broke it. That could be just me saying something that I would have done and liked. Kind of like how when Roku destroyed a place, his teacher was like, now you have to fix this place. Haste first, then we'll continue your training. And I imagine he did that all by his lonesome. To be fair, bending. But, who knows. So what did I like about this episode? I like the parts about with Tenzin, and him being dad, him being a teacher, or how he can't really blend those lines to like separate and stuff. I like Tenzin's parts in the episode very much. Pro bending, Mako, Bolin. I'm not a big fan of it. Now could Mako and Bolin grow on me? Maybe. Bolin isn't funny, and Mako isn't interesting. And whether things are supposed to be comic relief and love interest, we have a problem. Now, is Korra really interested in me as a character? Kind of, not really. I'm interested in her because she's the next in line of the Avatar cycle. Well, and I want to see what this Avatar is and how she's different from Aang. But that's about it. The only character I'm truly invested in is Tenzin, because we have some common ground and our shared living up to our father's legacies. Maybe I'm not the target demographic for this, but it wasn't very good. Like, it was pretty. It said some nice things, maybe. But overall, I have to say the episode was rather more bad than good. That was episode 2, A Leaf in the Wind. What'd you think about it? Leave your comments down below. And while you're down there, hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe to see more, and hit that little notification bell to see when I upload all the time. Until next time, this is Hyper Super Sora. Sayonara.